Welcome back to you mother truckers. You know how sometimes life throws you a curveball? Like your best laid plans just go right out the window?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, in today's pit stop, we're checking out some flash fiction stories that seriously flip the script on saving the world. Forget your typical superhero stuff. We're talking about facing down huge problems with a power cord and maybe a little Zumba.
Crazy, right?
Totally. But these stories, they're the ones you sent in, and we think you're really going to dig how these characters deal with the totally unexpected. So let's get into it, right?
Let's do it. What really gets me about these stories is how they take these big, almost mythical ideas like the chosen one or the end of the world, and then they just drop them right into these everyday, even kind of quirky situations. It really makes you think about like where we usually look for heroes and solutions.
Right. It's not always where you'd think. So first up, we've got the one. We meet this teenager, Caleb, and he gets the whole "you're the chosen one" speech, destined to be the slayer of the Dark Emperor. Pretty heavy stuff, right?
Definitely sounds like it.
But Caleb, he's way more focused on band practice. His world is all about jamming with Emma, the drummer, and their music is, well, it's loud, it's raw, it's totally untamed. And when he hears about this prophecy, he basically just shrugs it off like, maybe next apocalypse.
Wow. That's pretty much the opposite of how we expect someone to react to being told they're the chosen one.
Totally. It flips the whole hero's journey idea on its head, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Caleb's not out there searching for some big purpose.
Yeah.
His passion is his music, that real connection he has with Emma through their band. The prophecy, it's almost like it's getting in the way of what he really wants.
Yeah, like an annoying distraction.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, does being a hero always mean answering some big cosmic call? Or can it come from just doing what you love, what you really care about?
Right. And that question, it gets even more interesting when we find out who this Dark Emperor really is. It turns out to be, wait for it, Malcolm Masters, the CEO of this massive record label, and his evil plan, flooding the world with what's described as brain-melting pop sludge.
So instead of some supernatural bad guy, it's corporate control of culture.
Exactly. And Caleb and Emma, their goal isn't to defeat some evil with a magic sword or something. It's to conquer the charts with their own authentic music.
Yeah, I think we've all felt that, right? Like wanting something real in a world that's full of, I don't know, manufactured stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And if you think about it, it's like this commentary on, the constant push and pull between genuine art and, well, commercialization. Like Malcolm Masters, he represents this drive to, I guess, standardize and package culture just to make a profit. But Caleb and Emma, they're all about that raw energy, that disruption that comes from independent creativity.
It's like their music is a rebellion, right? Absolutely. And it shows how these cultural battles, they're not always fought with like actual weapons. They're happening through music, through art, and they're playing out in the hearts and minds of the audience.
Makes you think, huh? So the story goes on, and Caleb and Emma's band starts playing these small, kind of grimy clubs. Their sound, it's raw, it's powerful, and it starts attracting this growing, really enthusiastic crowd.
I bet those shows were electric.
Yeah, the story describes it as feeling like freedom, like a scream aimed at the world.
Wow.
And this energy, this authenticity, it becomes the core of their whole story. But then they hit a crossroads. A talent scout shows up, working for, you guessed it, Malcolm Masters, and he offers them the whole package: fame, fortune, everything.
The classic temptation. It's like a shortcut to reaching a huge audience, but
But there's always a price, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
It makes you think about all the compromises artists face, like how much of your original vision are you willing to give up to get that recognition? And what's fascinating is how quickly Caleb seems to realize what that compromise might cost him.
Yeah, he's got his eyes wide open. So the story takes this turn, and it's awesome. Caleb, he looks out at the crowd at their gigs, this jumping, shouting, totally energized crowd, and he realizes something. These are the exact people Malcolm Masters is trying to reach with his manufactured pop music. Their music, just as it is, raw and unfiltered, it's already connecting with people on a real level. It's building something genuine.
He's seeing the impact they're already having.
Exactly. So he does something amazing. He takes the contract, he rips it up right in front of Malcolm's talent scout, and he says, "We'll do it ourselves."
Chills, dude. That's
Right.
not just about turning down a record deal. It's like this huge statement against the whole idea of culture becoming this one bland thing.
Right. It's about fighting for what's real.
And Caleb, he gets it. He knows their music isn't about chart positions or being famous. It's about that true connection they've built with their audience.
He understands that real influence comes from that genuine resonance, not from some corporate machine. And what happens next? It's incredible. Emma, she just launches into this killer drum solo. Caleb's guitar is wailing, and they're streaming the whole thing live. Raw, rebellious, and real, just like the story says.
Man, I wish I could have seen that show.
Me too. And that performance, it basically breaks the internet. Fans start hacking into Malcolm's airwaves, their music becomes this anthem, and then, bam, these impromptu concerts start popping up everywhere. It's like this wildfire of real music, real connection, spreading across the world.
That's so powerful. It's like the disruption comes from the ground up, driven by passion and this deep need for something real in a world that often feels so fake.
It gives me hope.
Me too. And the way their performance just crashes the internet, it's like the symbol of how much we all crave authenticity. It makes you think real power. It's not about controlling the narrative from the top down. It's about creating those genuine connections, those shared experiences.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, ready for something totally different?
Bring it on.
All right, buckle up, because this next story takes us into the world of zombie Zumba. Now, this story features Carly, who absolutely hates Zumba, but she's doing it to try and bond with her mom after her parents split up. Talk about an already awkward situation, and then throw in a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, wow. That's rough.
Yeah, and in the middle of a class, the moans of the undead start getting a little too close for comfort.
Yikes. The story, it just grabs you right away with that mix of the ordinary and the apocalyptic. You know, you've got Zumba, something that's usually pretty lighthearted, and then bam, zombies. It's a recipe for something darkly comedic and totally unpredictable.
Exactly. Like, who expects to face down a zombie horde in the middle of a Zumba class? So as one of the zombies lurches towards the totally clueless Zumba instructor, another character, Jason, has this completely wild but kind of brilliant idea. He's like, the music, we got to crank it up. They blast some 80s pop, and then something really strange happens. The zombies, they start to slow down. Their movements get jerky almost.
Yeah.
Dance-like.
Wait, so the zombies are grooving to 80s pop?
That's right.
Okay, that's hilarious. It's so out there, but it totally works in the story. It's like, it makes you think about how zombies might react to different things like sound and music in ways we'd never expect.
Yeah, like their senses are all messed up, so maybe this loud rhythmic music just overloads them or something.
Right. It's like their brains are trying to process it and they just end up dancing.
And Carly, she catches on quickly. She shouts, "Keep moving, they're mimicking us." So picture this, a Zumba class, desperately trying to outdance a horde of zombies with sweat and, well, probably some other stuff flying everywhere.
Oh man, I can see it now. It's ridiculous, but it's also kind of awesome.
It totally is. And the craziest part is, it works. The zombies, they're confused. Their hunger for brains seems to take a back seat to the music and the movement. It's like their instincts are getting overridden.
It's like they're remembering something, some echo of their past lives where they used to dance or move to music.
Right. It's like this little spark of humanity in the middle of this crazy zombie apocalypse.
It makes the whole thing even more darkly funny.
Totally. And then word gets out. Soon, all the other survivors join this bizarre, life-saving dance party. You've got teenagers, grandparents, even the snobby ladies from the book club, all doing Zumba to survive.
So Zumba, something Carly hated, ends up bringing everyone together.
It's like this weird, apocalyptic version of community bonding.
Yeah, and it shows how even the things we dislike can become important, even life-saving, in times of crisis. It makes you wonder about those unexpected bonds that can form when everyone's facing a common enemy, even if that enemy is, well, a bunch of dancing zombies.
Seriously, who knew Zumba could be so powerful? So the story doesn't say they completely defeated the zombies, but they definitely found a way to live with them. Their town becomes this bizarre tourist attraction with The Walking Dead doing the salsa out on the streets.
I can't even imagine that. Tourists coming to watch zombies dance.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And Carly, she still hates Zumba, but she has to admit, it saved their lives and, surprisingly, made their town way healthier. I mean, all that dancing.
That's hilarious. It's a testament to how adaptable people can be, you know? Like, instead of giving up, they found this totally crazy but ultimately effective way to live with the apocalypse. And the fact that it becomes a tourist attraction, it's like a commentary on how fascinated we are with the strange and weird and how life always finds a way, even when things are totally upside down.
So, taking a step back, what do these two stories, the one and Zombie Zumba, tell us? In the one, You've got this teenager who ditches destiny for his music, and he ends up sparking a revolution that's way more meaningful than any prophecy could have predicted. It shows how powerful authentic expression can be, how connecting with others through something real can actually change the world.
And in Zombie Zumba, this hated fitness class becomes the key to survival, showing how communities can adapt and come together in the face of the unimaginable. Like, even in the apocalypse, there's still hope and connection, even if it comes in the form of synchronized dance moves with the undead.
So maybe the takeaway here is that the things that really matter, the things that can change the world or even just save your life, they're not always those big heroic acts we see in movies. Sometimes it's about following your passion, finding those real connections, or even just blasting the right music at the most hilariously wrong time.
Absolutely. It makes you think, what seemingly small or insignificant thing in your own life might actually have a huge impact someday? Like, what passion or skill could you tap into that might surprise you? Maybe it's time to dust off that old guitar or finally learn those dance moves you've always wanted to try. You never know, it might just save the world.
Or at least make it a little more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us on this pit stop of You Mother Truckers. Don't forget to rate and follow for more wild adventures in the world of flash fiction.
See you next time.
See ya.